Hi boys, it's Sunday night, so it's Nanna's night. And I'd really like to read this story to you tonight. I hope you like it. It's called Bicycling Rules of the Road. Here we go. There's the... Whoops. This is the first page. It's a beautiful morning, said Devin Van Dyke. My chores are all done. May I ride on my bike? Yes, of course, called his mum as he darted outside. But follow the rules of the road as you ride. So important. And he did. Devin followed the rules for a while. But then Betsy LaBelle, with a wave and a smile, called out, Please, will you give me a ride on your bike? Let me ride on your bike with you, Devin Van Dyke. Whoops. Devin knew it was wrong, and he knew that he shouldn't, and he tried to remember the rules, but he couldn't. Betsy smiled and she waved, and he simply forgot all the things he should do and the things he should not. Oh dear. Anyway, now with Betsy between Devin's hands on the bars, he swayed down the street, barely missing parked cars. It was harder to steer with her sitting up there, and his view had been blocked thanks to Betsy's long hair. Uh-oh. Still, he rode down the street for a block, maybe 3, until Betsy called out, oh, there's a cat up that tree. It looks like it's lost. We should get it and see. So he stopped at the tree and he rescued the cat. Devin thought it might scratch him wherever it sat. So he took off the helmet that covered his head and he carried the cat in the helmet instead. Well, now he rolled down the street for a block, maybe 8, until someone called out, Can you help us? We're late. On the curb stood the basketball team from his school. Devin wanted to help. All those guys were so cool. But the basketball players had nowhere to sit. Even heaped really high, all the guys barely fit. So like circus performers performing a show, they balanced above, Devin pedalled below. He weaved down the street for a block, maybe 4, till the team pleaded, Please, would you stop for one more? Oh dear. So he stopped, and the team fetched their mascot, a goat. But the goat they soon found had a frog in his throat. When the guys placed the goat on the rack in the rear, the goat began hacking in Devin's right ear. Well, he swayed down the street for a block, maybe 9, until now you might say he'd be doing just fine. But his view remained blocked thanks to Betsy's long hair. It was still hard to steer with her sitting up there. His helmet? No longer on top of his head. The cat had climbed up and now sat there instead. The basketball team teetered this way and that, which unbalanced the bike and unsettled the cat. And though everyone shouted which way he should steer, All that Devin could hear were the hacks in his ear. I don't believe it. So, with no way of knowing which way he was going, or hearing, or stopping, or steering, or slowing, Devin ran through a stoplight, then ran out of luck. He sideswiped a car and he bounced off a truck. The truck lost its cargo of 408 cardboard cartons of worms, bound for Bubba's fish bait. Oh my lordy lordy. Boxes of worms, no. Oh dear. The cartons all smashed with 408 squishes, which freed all the worms from their fate with the fishes. A wave of wet worms hit the basketball players, who fell like a slimy worm sandwich in layers. Oh my gosh. Oh dearie me. While the cat from the tree and the goat with the hat both plopped with a squish on the top of the stack. Poor Betsy came down with her head pointing south and was left with a terrible taste in her mouth. Yuck! Oh, gosh. Poor Betsy. Dearie me. So Devin flew from what seemed like a mile, maybe less. Then he landed kerplop in the squashy mess. He just sat on the road and he rubbed his sore head. Was his helmet should be. Bumps were growing instead. Oh, his lesson was learned, and Devin felt like a fool. He said, starting today, I'll obey the rules. Now he follows them all, and friend, you'd better too, 'cause a mouthful of worms isn't easy to chew. Yuck. I think he's got his helmet on, and he's picked up his bait. And that's the end of the story to date. It was a bit strange, wasn't it? But it's a funny one. And who would like worms in the mouth? Ugh, I wouldn't. Anyway, have a good night, boys. I hope you enjoyed the story. I've got another one next week, and it's called Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy. So, night-night. Love you to the moon and back. Nanna, see you soon. Bye.